Yeah. I told him afterwards in batting practice, every time he hits a ball in the gap, he says, triple, triple. And I always thought that was a little far-fetched, right? And I told him, I'm never going to think that again after seeing that. But it was a big hit, huge play and a big part of the game for us. And then Omar's sac fly was equally as big.
Where'd that ball get him there in the ninth?
He's got a little pad right here, and it just crossed him up and got him right above the thumb. But he's all right. A little sore, but he's fine.
And what do you make of Giordano tonight?
I thought he threw the ball really, really well. Got in the sixth inning and got, a little fine. He had Mauer 0-2 and then tried to make perfect pitches and ended up walking the first two guys. But up to that point, I thought he threw the ball really, really well.
Did Wade just cross him up there a little bit?
I'm not sure what happened. I haven't had the opportunity to interrogate either of the culprits.
You saw Omar swing the bat well all spring. Does he kind of look like the hitter from 2 or 3 years ago right now?
Yeah, absolutely. He looks, to me, he's been not a surprise, but because, I said all along that I felt he was healthy and he'd get back on track, but he just looks great right now. He looks, he looks really good at the plate and he looks really good in the field. He's just playing really, really good baseball right now.
And Fuentes' first hit with you guys is obviously a big one there.
It was a huge, big, 2-run RBI single. At that point, Santana really does a good job of spotting his fastball, but he gets you out with sliders and changeups. And we were, at that point, really kind of, fighting through it. So it was a big hit.
The home run off Story, was that bad pitch, or was that just good hitting by Hope Park? Or?
No, it was a pitch. That's the one pitch that Jack elevated the whole inning, and it was a slider up in the zone, and that kid's strong. He got a nice swing. First time I've had a chance to see him. Seen a little bit on tape, but you hear all winter about his power potential, and it's definitely true. Nice swing.
Almost got one out his first at bat.
Yeah, got a real. It's a real nice power swing.
I'm sorry.
As a former catcher, can you describe the pain of what happened at Salvi?
What?
The pain of that.
It's not even. It hurt. It hurts. But I was telling Swanee before. When you're a catcher, if you get crossed up, you can always react if you call a fastball and they throw you a breaking ball. But when you call a breaking ball, and especially with the runner on base, your mind's going, okay, if he bounces it, I got to be ready to block it. There's a lot of things, and as soon as it leaves his hand, you in your head you're thinking slider, 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 and you're waiting for it to break, and you're waiting for it to break, and about the time you realize it's not going to break, it goes into turbo boost. It's just like zing, and it's on you. It's really, really hard to react to, and obviously we saw that with Sal, but it hurts, but again, a little bit of time, you get your strength back, and that's exactly what happened.
That was a Fuentes swing that you saw all spring, wasn't it? The base knock you got in the first inning.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting.
Yeah.
Going into the sixth, did you think Giordano was losing anything at that point?
No, not at that point. But we had Hoach up because really the first 2 or 3 times through with our starters, we don't really want them going much past 100 pitches. And he was at 85 at that point. So hopefully, he ends up, gets Mauer 0-2 and walks him. I'm like, okay, if he gets the next hitter out, then we're going to let him face the third hitter. But obviously, he walked the second hitter, and his night was done.
This was the first close game of the year all year where you guys trailed late in the game. Was it like deja vu again, all over from the last 2 years?
Well, not really. That's what we do best. That's who we are. We can find ways to manufacture runs when we need it and have our bullpen hold it. And, we're real confident that we're able to do that in just about any situation. It's not always going to happen, but the cool thing about it is you have that mindset. The mindset's what's important, because if you have that mindset, it's going to happen a lot more than it's not.
What do you think about the 30-second walk to the pitcher mound visit? 30 seconds to get out there and get back within 30 seconds.
I hadn't even, to be honest with you, I haven't even thought of it.
Well, they have the clock out there.
I didn't even notice that. I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. I haven't heard where they've ran somebody off the mound, anything more than what they normally do anyway,
I just noticed they started the clock when you went out. It didn't matter because you made a pitching change, but the clock was. So and Paul Walter had 30 seconds to get from the mound back to the dugout. I was just wondering how they're going to enforce that.
They talked about that in spring training, but quite honestly, I haven't thought about it since. My mound visits are always quick, and so are Dave's. So for us, it's not really an issue. We don't, we try to do a really good job of getting our guys ready so we don't have to go out there and stall for time. But I haven't even thought about it.